What's up, Internet? Encanti here, and I've got a cool sound design trick that is kind of a cool alternative to sidechain compression. I was inspired by this ridiculous XXX Temptation song, Look at Me. Whenever the sub hits, all the music and the voice goes distorted.
Oh, hey, that bitch don't wanna be friends. Hey, I give her dick, she I man. Hey, she put her 10 on my dick. Hey, look at my wrist about 10. Hey, just got a pound of the booth. Hey, bought that shit straight to the booth. Hey, tell me my health is a fool.
And I was just thinking about this sound. It just sounds like a blown subwoofer in a car. And I was thinking, whenever the sub hits on that, it's not that the distortion causes the voice or anything to get louder or brighter. It actually crushes it down, you know? You can hear the music is just over compressed with the sub and it's fighting to get through. So I was wondering if there'd be any way for me to replicate that in a controlled way in my sequencer, and I think that I've got the sound pretty good. So this is what I've got right here. This is just an experiment with a collaboration I'm doing with Prismatic. This might not be the final track, but this is what I'm doing right now. So as you can hear, every time the sub hits, it's really crushing that voice. So this is how I did it. I have a dynamic tube compressor here, and the bias knob is controlled by basically the same MIDI that's doing the kick drum. So let me turn everything off. Let me delete everything and show you from scratch my logic here for what I'm doing. Now, first of all, I put my subwoofer into the same channel as my synths, which isn't something I normally do, but here it is. It's just a sub part with the kick in a different track. Now, dynamic tube is awesome. I think it's really an underutilized effect in Ableton. The reason I really like it is because as you turn up the bias, it's not that it gets brighter. I mean, it gets kind of clicky, but eventually it just disappears. Check this out. It really shreds the sound, you know, and I like that, you know. I like the sound. So the other cool part about it is that it has this envelope. If you turn up the envelope, the input signal actually increases the bias. Which is a cool sound, but unlike some other audio effects in Ableton that also have envelopes, such as the auto filter, the dynamic tube doesn't have a sidechain input. So we create one on our own using Max for Live's envelope, which is a MIDI effect. Now you could put this directly onto the kick drum track, but what I've noticed is that bias sounds better if the knob is turned up actually right before the kick drum hits. It like needs a second to kick in as far as I can hear. So what I've done is I've created another channel that just mirrors the same MIDI from the kick drum, except as you can see, it's a little bit early. So now we press map, and I'm gonna go to the bias knob and just click it, and you see it goes gray like on macro mode. And now this should bop up and down. Great, so we can control the tone of this now from Trig simply by messing with these controls. And we can really get it pristine time-wise and timbre-wise. It can be really intense, really subtle. And it sounds really realistic because the sub in this channel is kind of causing the voice to break apart in the same way as in that XXX Temptation track. Let's hear how it sounds in the mix. It's really intense. I like this effect because sidechain compression is so played out, and I'm always looking for other interesting ways as a sound designer to create that kind of artificial dynamics in my music. This has been an awesome trick. I'm using it all over the new Z album, which is going to be coming very soon this year. Hey, I also want to give a shout out to Mr. Bill. He's sent a lot of subscribers my way from Twitch. So if anyone's watching from his channel, what's up? And thank you, Mr. Bill. All right, I hope this has been a great tip for you, and I hope you have a great day.